Hey folks, Post here, welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video, and as usual, let's start our video off with our daily discount. Hopefully we could get another Steven, but I see that every time, but oh, we might actually get another Steven. I was just about to say, I say that every time, but we never get him. Unless... Please, 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 come on, come on, come on. At least I got Lyra 5 out of 5. I think that's like the last one I needed, right? There we go. We got Lyra up to 5 out of 5. And now we just need her to have a sync grid to make use of the dupes. Speaking of Lyra, let's go ahead and summon on her banner. Hers and Brendan's. I think I got like 2 Lyras on Steven's banner already, which is kind of weird. Wait, did I get a Lyra on this banner yet? I don't know. I've been getting a lot of Lyras recently. I don't know why. Anyways. Let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. So, if you guys haven't noticed already, there's like a notice thing in the news regarding Sync Orb Chance, and what they've said over here is kind of weird. So, apparently, the way they worded this this piece of news is that they're implying that they changed how Sync Orbs drop. But when you read it, it's like nothing really changed. So, okay, let's go over it first. Regarding Sync Orb Chance, the Sync Orb Chance section of Game Hints has been consolidated into the Sync Grid section, and the description of how Sync Orb Chance occurs have been reworded for clarity. Regarding Sync Orb Chance, each time you win a battle, the odds of Sync Orb Chance occurring increases. After you obtain Sync Orbs, the odds will return to their initial state, and will then increase at a lower rate. The circumstances detailed above will reset after the data's change. For more information, see the Sync Grid section of Game Hints. We hope you continue to enjoy Pokemon Masters. So, what the wording over here says to me is nothing. This is basically, like, the wording is basically like the status quo. That's exactly describing how Sync Orb drops work. So yeah, I don't know why they put it here. Like it, unless there's like something else that they didn't tell us. But like if you read it, as it is, like nothing changed. It's still N+1, right? And every time you get a Sync Orb drop, it resets, and then it's N+1, right? So yeah, I don't know what this means, unless all it is that they just updated how it's how it's worded. They just reworded it in the Game Hints section, I guess. But other than that, I really don't see much change here. Yeah, unless someone can prove that the formula actually changed, then I would just disregard this. Anyways, although I really wish they'd give us easier drops for like Sync Orbs, because we're getting like so many more expanded Sync Grids than we were promised. Anyways, speaking of Game Hints, let's go ahead and check out Game Hints, because something is actually in Game Hints that wasn't in Game Hints before. So let's go down to oh, look at this, Lucky Skills. So apparently they added some lucky skills information in the game tips part. So this is like official information about lucky skills. So let's go over this. Lucky skills. The effects of lucky skills learned by sync pairs are activated during battle. You can check out their effects by selecting lucky skills on the sync pair detail screen. So that's not much. It's just telling us very obvious stuff, right? So moving down, let's check out some more lucky skills related Game Hint stuff. Oh, here we go. Learning lucky skills. So this is pretty long, so let's go over it. To learn a lucky skill, you first have to unlock a lucky skill slot. You can do this by using a lucky scroll. If you guys remember the scroll asset that was found in the Dynamine thing, it could be that, right? In the lucky skill tab of the moves and skills menu, sync pairs must achieve a certain level before these slots can be unlocked. That's fair, right? Once a slot has been unlocked, you can use a lucky cookie to learn a lucky skill. Those are probably the cookies that we seen going around, right? If you haven't seen that video yet, you could check out my video. I think yesterday morning, like should be like exactly 24 hours before this video uploaded. That went over some of those assets that were found. But anyways, moving on. Each lucky skill effect is chosen at random from a set of variations depending on the type of lucky cookie used. I not a huge fan of this part. I mean, it does make sense. It's called lucky skill, right? And the randomness, it does fit the name. But like, okay, we'll just read through it first before I give my opinions on this. Moving on. Certain lucky skill cookies have specified stars. We also saw that too, right? Potentially. The greater the number of stars, the greater chance your sync pair has of obtaining a powerful lucky skill. You can overwrite existing lucky skills with new ones by using additional lucky cookies. Only one lucky skill can be learned at a time per slot. When attempting to override a lucky skill, you can compare the effects of the current lucky skill with the new one before you decide whether to continue or not. Lucky cookies are consumed whether or not you choose to override that skill. Okay. So basically, how this works is first you get that scroll. Let me actually just go over to a lucky skills screen so it's easier to see, I guess. Okay, so there's that lucky skill screen. It's probably, I would guess, it would look something like the passive skills screen, right? With like probably like 4 slots or something. And then to unlock a slot, so at first you don't have any slots. You need that lucky scroll, which drops from, I would assume, drops from Battle Villa stuff, right? And then you could use a lucky scroll to unlock a slot, and then after you open up that slot, you could use a lucky cookie to roll one of the lucky skills, which we've talked about in yesterday's video. Again, if you haven't seen all those lucky skills, you could go check that video out, right? So that will give you at random a skill, right? I don't know if it's going to be like at random a skill or at random a stat for the skill or status, right? For those of you who don't know, for those of you who do know what the skills are. If you don't know, then you don't know what I'm talking about. And I also don't have the skills in front of me, so I can't really read them out. But yeah, they would randomly roll one for your sync pair, right? Whether it be, an attack boost, a special attack boost, HP boost, or whatever. They're going to roll you a random skill, and then you're going to have it, right? You can overwrite skills if you got something you didn't like. So for example, if you were trying to roll, what's a good example? Let's say blue, right? Blue, you're trying to roll like a special attack boost skill, right? And then you got attack boost skill, which is completely useless because blue doesn't have any physical attack moves, right? Then you would not want that, and you would want to overwrite that. So you could use another lucky cookie and then roll that again and hope that you get either, something more useful, like either speed or special attack, right? Depends, depending on what you want. So after you roll that stat out, you could choose whether you want the new stat or the old stat, which is not that bad, right? I mean, it's good. It's good, right? It's good that you could choose if you want it to keep the old one or the new one. So it's not as RNG, right? So like, if you get like a new, how about this? This is a better example. Say if your first stat rolled was special defense, and say you want special attack, right? You want special attack, but you rolled special defense, and then you want to overwrite that. You get another lucky cookie, use that on blue again, and then say if you rolled attack, which is completely useless, versus special defense, which is not that useful, but much better than much more useful than attack, right? Then you could keep the old one, you could keep special defense, and then discard the attack one, so you don't have to get the new one, right? You could keep the old one if you don't like the new one, right? So that's kind of cool, I guess. Well, it's not kind of good. It's again, that's just outright good. So that's how these lucky cookies work in terms of getting lucky skills, right? So I think that's basically the gist of it, right? And you got different stars for lucky cookies, right? I would assume that has to do with the difficulty of the of the battle villa stages, right? There's like normal, hard, very hard, super hard, all that stuff, right? Ultra hard, maybe even. So I would assume like the higher levels you get, the higher stars of those lucky cookies you would obtain. I think that's a reasonable assumption, right? As for more powerful lucky skills, I don't know what those mean. I don't know if it's, if you'll get like a better slot, if it, if like lower stars give you, we're talking about the skill that gives you a stat boost. We're going to use that as an example. So maybe like lower stars just give you like defense or special defense, which isn't bad, right? And then like medium star gives, or not medium star, like 2 stars gives you like, I don't know, I can't find it, like maybe like attack, special attack, and then like 3 stars give you like speed or something. Although that doesn't make sense either, because in some cases special attack / attack is better, in some cases speed is better. I don't know, that was a terrible example, but I guess we just don't have much on that yet. At least I don't have anything. Again, most of this is just speculation, right, on how this works, and apparently we can't load the page anymore. So well, there we go. Just a quick explanation on how lucky skills would potentially work, how we're going to learn them, right? Again, we don't have, as for the skills, all that stuff, those are all data mined, so they're not, they're not confirmed or anything. But what is confirmed is this in-game game hint, which does, I guess, lay out how we're going to learn lucky skills and such. Personally, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I'm all for like more, boosts for our sync pairs, but the randomness is kind of annoying, especially considering the fact that there's only like a limited amount of times you can attempt the Battle Villa, right, per day, or before reset. It's just luck, and I don't know. It's if you're lucky and like you get all the good stats, you get all the good skills and all that stuff, then well, good for you. If you're unlucky, then that, depending on how powerful lucky skills are, that could really make one person's sync pair much better than like another person's, right? Just due to pure luck. And even if they did clear the exact same stages, right? Again, we don't know how they're exactly going to work. Maybe like a 3-star lucky cookies or whatever they're called, right? Maybe they just guarantee to give you like a really good skill or whatever. If that's the case, then that's like less bad, so you don't have to re-roll for them, on every reset. But who knows? Well, we still have to wait for more information on it. It's not conclusive, but just looking at what we have at the moment, I have to say, not a huge fan. But anyways, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Maybe some of you guys like this system or whatever. But I'm still withholding judgment, right? I still have to wait till it fully comes out before I'm gonna judge it. But right now, I'm not feeling too hot in it. But anyways, again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel for some more Polar Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one.